Hey everyone, this is Mohammed, Product Manager at Whalesync, and today I'm going to walk you through how you can build a two-way sync between Google Sheets and any other connector. And I'm going to use Airtable as an example here. So first I click on New Sync to create a sync, and I'm going to choose which apps I want to connect, which is Airtable in this example. And for the base sharing link here, I can go into Airtable, click on Share, Share Publicly, and then copy this information here, and that helps me authorize or essentially log in. I'm going to choose the base that I would like to connect, and I'm going to grant access. And the same process happens for Google Sheets, but the difference is it's a Google login. So I'm going to click on Save Connection here, and then I'm going to be prompted to select my second data source, which is Google Sheets. Now I'm going to click Authorize, and when I click Connect, it's going to send me to Google Login. So now that I chose my account, I'm going to allow. And once that happens, I'm going to be granting authorization to Whalesync to then access information in Google Sheets. I'm going to select which sheet I want to sync, and then I'm going to save that connection. And once that's done, then I get to move to the next phase, which is the mapping phase. And before I jump into that, I want to show you one quick thing in Google Sheets, which is that the names of the first row is what will be used to determine the fields, which is the same as Airtable. So for example, we're going to match ID here to ID in Google Sheets, and so on. And the data type is particularly important here because we need the data types to match in order to be able to have a two-way sync through Whalesync. So for example, in contacts here, I have birthday, that is a date. And here, in contacts here, in Airtable, I have birthday as a date type. Now, Google Sheets defaults to strings for all data unless specified otherwise. So in birthday, I'm going to click on Format, Number, and then Date to make sure that Whalesync sees that it said birthday is a date here as well as a date here, so therefore they can two-way sync. Now back to Whalesync. I'm going to click on Continue, and we're going to start the mapping process. And I'm going to choose opportunities as my first table. And Whalesync here automatically checks if any fields have matching names. They do not have to. You can add fields manually. But it checks the matching names so that it can auto-map them to save me time. Here I get to select which fields I want to be two-way syncs. As you can see here, age, for example, is a number on both sides. Therefore, it can be two-way synced. And you get to choose. Maybe I want address to be only one-way synced between Airtable to Google Sheets. So I'm in complete control here, and I can do the opposite as well. I'm going to then click on New Table Mapping to add my second table, which is Contacts. And the same process is going to happen. Whalesync is going to check which fields can be auto-mapped. And once I choose that, I'll see all my fields here, and then I'm done. I can click on Save and Exit. And the next step here would be to activate the sync so that the information goes from Airtable to Google Sheets. As you see here, my Google Sheets is empty, my Airtable is filled with information. Now, once I click on Activate Sync, Whalesync is now going to check Airtable for data, both Airtable and Google Sheets actually, and it's going to see what needs to be synced. It's going to show you the operations that are queued and in which direction they're going as well. And once we have a two-way sync, we can create, edit, or delete anything on either end, in either app, and the changes will be reflected or synced in the other. So you can see this live here. The information is populating in Google Sheets, and particularly in Google Sheets, rows will not populate in order, but you can always sort them. Now that I have all the information in Google Sheets for both opportunities and contacts, it's matching what is in Airtable, I can start to edit different cells to see what's going to happen. So I'm going to edit these notes, for example, here to change note 1 to say hello. I'm going to change note 3 to say Whalesync. And I'm going to change this note to Google Sheets. And let's see what happens. So Whalesync is going to show the changes as they're detected. It typically takes less than 1 minute for changes to occur. The more records you have, the more time it might take. And here we go. Now we have the notes updated. So I can change any of the two-way fields that I've mapped on either end in either table, and I'm going to find the changes corresponding on the other side. And you can connect Google Sheets to any of our live connectors today. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at any time.